So to get started, I've got a skillet on medium-high heat, and I'm going to throw some clarified butter in there. In this case, I'm using pre-made ghee, but feel free to make your own if you want. Now, traditionally this recipe uses veal, but we don't tend to get veal around here, so I'm using pork, which is a good replacement in most cases. Slice that as thinly as you can. And when the butter is hot, we're going to sear each side of the meat, very briefly until it's just cooked. Remove it off to a plate on the side and save that for later. Now I'm going to slice up an onion. Throw that into the same pan, saute it until it's translucent and picks up some color from the fond. Next up, I've got about 250 grams of mushrooms that I'm going to slice thinly. And I'm going to dust them with some flour. This is going to help our mushrooms brown a little bit as well as thicken up our sauce. Mix those guys in with the onions and saute them until they're soft. Now I need 200 milliliters of dry white wine. That's up to the first fin on the fish. Pour that into the pan and deglaze the fond as much as you can from the bottom of the pan. Then we're going to reduce that until it's no longer watery and more like a glossy sauce. Next we need 200 milliliters of cream. That's up to the ears of the cat. I'm going to pour that in. Season with black pepper, as well as some salt. Stir that on in, and let's let that reduce until it gets thick. Then we're going to add in the zest of 1 lemon. Stir that in. And we can go ahead and add back in our meat. Spread it out so all the slices are coated in our sauce. Then we'll add a little bit of chopped parsley. Stir that in. And let's move on to our side dish. We're going to be making some potato pancakes, so let's peel 2 potatoes and grate them with a medium grater. So they look kind of like this. We can season with salt, as well as black pepper. And into a cast iron, I'm throwing a little bit more clarified butter. And once that's hot enough, we'll dump in all of our potatoes. Spread them out with a spatula. I'm going to season with a little bit more black pepper. And we can let it crisp up on one side. Once it's crisp on one side, we can throw a plate on top and give it a good flip, carefully, and crisp it up on the other side. So I'm getting serious marsala vibes from this, which is great, by the way. And it makes a lot of sense due to Switzerland's proximity to Italy and sort of the cultural exchange that has really influenced Swiss cuisine. The balance of the creaminess of the cream, along with the bright acidity of the wine and the lemon zest, it's just such a classic combination. It's just so good. And unsurprisingly, crispy fried potatoes go really well with that. It's almost like you've created a dipping sauce for your potatoes. I mean, what else is there to say? But it's just so good. So I've got a link to the full recipe in the description below. And if you like this video, then you might like that one, where I show you how to make Romanian-style braised pork with polenta and an egg on top. See you next time. Cheers.